Previously on MasterChef Australia, a monumental mystery box provided massive inspiration.
Oh, that's big.
It's a behemoth.
It's a big box and hoping to bring a big dish.
And even bigger praise from the judges.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I think it was almost perfect. Really, really beautiful. Mwah.
Your custard is epic. The texture is like velvet. The pastry shell is unbelievable. I even like the fact it was busted.
Thank you.
Tonight, the bottom three face a hefty pressure test.
It's every single emotion that you could possibly have.
And it's a tall order.
Good morning. I hope you had a good night's rest. You're going to need all the energy that you can muster this week because the big challenges keep on coming. And this pressure test is no exception. Theo, you're looking clear-eyed, focused. Are you ready for what's ahead?
I actually had a really good sleep last night, weirdly.
It's because Andy told you to have a good night's sleep.
Mate, wait till tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Declan, what about you? Where's the head at?
I'm in a good headspace. I prefer to be down here than up there, I think. You know, it's going to be an awesome opportunity and elimination's scary, but just going to go for it.
That's a brilliant perspective to have because you don't get a choice today. You can't go up there, so you might as well make the most of it. And I can promise you, whatever happens today, you will learn and you will be a better cook at the end.
Amazing.
Larissa,
Yes.
you've been eliminated before. You know what this feels like. How do you feel this time around?
I feel much more calm coming into the kitchen since being eliminated. I obviously don't want to be here again, but I feel like I'm in as good as possible frame of mind.
Okay, to the task at hand. This is the biggest pressure test we have ever set at this stage in the competition, both in cook time and, interestingly, in height. The chef who said it is a master at his craft. He's been working in pastry for over 20 years. He honed his craft at Sydney's Black Star Pastry, but now he and his business partner have conquered the globe. They have shops in Tokyo, Sydney and Melbourne that sell out daily. People line up around the block to sample their version of an Australian classic. Please welcome, from Tokyo Lamington, Eddie Stewart.
The biggest clash ever.
It's a big cloche. It's a custom-made tall cloche, and there's dessert under it. I know it.
Make way! Make way!
They said it was going to be big.
Eddie, how are you, mate?
Nice to see you.
That's it.
Hello. What are you, mate? That's a big Lamington.
Eddie, before we turn our attention to that cloche of trouble, how are you?
Awesome.
Why Lamingtons? What's going on? What's the fascination with Lamingtons?
My quick answer is why not? We find Lamingtons as a perfect vehicle to be creative with because it's 2 bits of sponge, you can put whatever you want in the middle.
I see the fascination. Even after I've had 15, 16 of them, I still see the fascination of Lamingtons. But opening a store, that's a whole other level. How did that come about?
It's funny, we actually started selling Lamingtons in Tokyo out of all countries. We thought, you know what, let's open a Lamington shop.
What's the best seller at the moment?
I would say OG would be our best seller, followed by charcoal pumpkin.
Pumpkin, eh?
Eddie, do you want to put them out of their misery?
Absolutely. So today, you're going to be cooking my Tokyo Lamington Tower.
Wowza.
That's a lot of Lamingtons. Eddie's Lamington Tower is going to be tricky and difficult, and that scares me a little bit.
Declan, you're a builder, mate. You ever built anything this high in the kitchen before?
Never something like this, and look, we're not going to be building one thing today. We've got 5 at hand, so yeah, definitely going to be out of my comfort zone. So,
have you made lamingtons before?
I've eaten a lot, but I haven't made them before.
All right, come on in, guys. Let's have a closer look. Eddie, why don't you take one by one? Let's start at the top.
So first up, we've got the tres leche, which is our 3 milks cake Lamington.
What are we looking at, Eddie?
So we've got a dulce de leche in the middle. We've got a whipped vanilla custard and between 2 layers of vanilla sponge, dipped in white chocolate and then in coconut.
All right, what do we got next?
Next up, we've got Snickers. In this one, we have got a caramel peanut layer on the bottom. We've got a milk chocolate mousse between 2 layers of vanilla sponge, dipped in chocolate and then peanuts.
Just try it, just in case it's...
Absolutely, make sure it's fine.
Yum.
The chocolate, it's just like, you get that sort of classic Lamington, but then it's like that peanut. It's so good.
Number 3.
Number 3, we have our strawberry matcha.
Ooh.
That looks so good.
Oh, wow, look at that.
So inside, we've got 2 layers of vanilla sponge. We've got a strawberry mousse, and then it's dipped in white chocolate, and then coconut, which has been doused in matcha.
That's matcha.
I noticed you're not eating any of your lamingtons, Eddie.
Oh, I've had my fair share of lamingtons over the years. Next,
Oh my gosh.
the yuzu. Yuzu meringue lamington. So in this one, we have got a yuzu curd, a vanilla whipped cream,
Yes.
vanilla sponge, then it's dipped in an Italian meringue and torched.
Well, that's...
That curd, really
That's so
powerful.
good.
Your balance of flavours, saltiness, sweetness, and sugar goes into the sponge. You don't want a sweetness overload.
All right, the 5th one.
And then the 5th one, we have got charcoal pumpkin lamington.
Oh, wow.
So we've got a pumpkin puree in the middle, vanilla sponge, white chocolate charcoal dip, and then we've got charcoal coconut on the outside. And it actually eats really well. Like, the pumpkin is amazing.
Pressure test challenge. I know that this is going to come down to the wire.
Righto, you've seen the tower, you've tasted the tower, and now it's your turn to try and make the tower. There is no way to sugarcoat this. It is going to be a long one. We're giving you a total of 5 hours to complete the Tokyo Lamington Tower.
Wow.
And you will need every single minute. The recipe, equipment, and all the ingredients are at your benches. Your job is to replicate this tower as closely as possible in both looks and taste. The cook whose tower is furthest from this one, unfortunately, they're going home. Eddie, do you want to kick him off, mate?
Let's get started. Good luck, guys. I think you'll need it today. Time starts now.
First First thing I do when I get to my bench is pick up this recipe, and it's hefty because there's 26 elements to get through. So now I'm getting a bit scared.
11 pages of ingredients and methods, and yeah, definitely overwhelming. Jesus, what am I doing?
It's been a wild ride for me. I have experienced every single emotion that you could possibly have in the MasterChef journey. I've won the most incredible advantage. Eggs. I've also been eliminated. Eggs. I came back and now I'm in a pressure test. I have this funny sense of peace about this cook today. We got him. I feel oddly calm. All right, so. And I see that the first thing is sponge.
In the bowl of kosher sandwich, fill the whisk attachment. Add the egg whites and cream of tartar.
Nailing the sponge is super important.
Egg whites.
Because it is going to be the carrier of every single one of these lamingtons. If I don't nail the sponge, none of these are going to work. I've got a giant bowl. I've sifted my flour and other ingredients. I can get straight to business.
Oh, so smooth.
I've got my egg whites whipping with the sugar, and I'm starting my egg yolk mixture.
Oh, shit. So heavy.
So I'm working on my sponge. That's the biggest part of this. You need to get that right.
What? Everyone else has sifted this, so just check it.
Oh, sift 3 times. Oh, yeah. Breathe there, read. And I realise I haven't sifted the flour. Guys, you've always got to sift, yeah?
Is he doing right?
I haven't read the recipe properly. This is the one thing I was supposed to do, and I've already made a mistake. Oh, sift 3 times. Oh, yeah. Read there, read. I realise I haven't sifted the flour. Guys, you've always got to sift, yeah? I haven't read the recipe properly. This is the one thing I was supposed to do, and I've already made a mistake. So now I have to go back and do it again. And this is taking up time that I don't have.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Holy moly.
Bro, that looks good.
Smells like pizza.
Nice
job,
deck.
Becky.
Nice decline.
My sponge is in the oven. Now it's time to work on my Treslecki lamington custard filling. So cutting into Eddie's lamington and then like tasting it, that custard filling just sort of explodes with milky goodness.
Gotta stay positive for 5 hours. Yeah, you do.
Theo.
Hello.
Ooh, that looks nice
Oh,
and smooth.
very good.
Yeah.
I like it.
It looks textbook, yeah. But everyone else has got theirs in the oven.
Yeah.
And this is the first step. Being perfect is essential,
Yeah.
but not finishing is also a disaster.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Thanks, guys.
Any words of advice?
Push on.
Push
you.
on.
Thank you.
That's what he says in the kitchen.
Thank
Push
you very
on.
The danger in falling behind today means that I could go home. So I start pouring it in, I level it off, I think it looks good.
Read it up.
Push, push.
Just be careful, careful.
35 minutes down, I finally get my sponge in the oven.
Doing fine, mate, doing fine.
Great work, Theo.
I've got to get working on my custard. I need to make up time on this.
My custard's done, so I whack it into the fridge to move on to my Snickers caramel filling. Eddie's Snickers peanut caramel. It's out of this world.
72 grams of water.
Caramel's something that I am familiar with. I know it's sugar and water, so I get that on the stove with a thermometer in there. Just monitoring temperature. You want to give it a stir and you want to give it a mix, but you've got to let it do its thing. I've made caramel with my grandma and she says, don't you bloody touch it, Declan. Don't go dipping a spoon in there. Leave that to caramelise. Okay, talk to me.
Good work, Declan.
Small saucepan, large saucepan. Come on.
So cake's in the oven, the custard's in the fridge.
Completely.
I have to get onto my caramel. So I weigh out my sugar, I weigh out my water, I put it on the stove, and I'm stirring it to try and get it to dissolve. That's not working so well for me.
Don't stir it.
Let it go, leave it.
Don't stir, just leave it.
Don't stir it.
Yeah, don't stir, leave it.
Crystallizes.
People at the gantry are yelling at me, telling me not to stir it, but I can't help myself. So I'm stirring it and stirring it. It's making a bit of a mess.
Don't touch it.
I just want to see if it's dissolved.
Leave it alone.
What's going on with it?
And I think it's crystallizing.
Oh, shit.
Big problem.
All right.
I'm gonna have to start again.
Don't stir it next time.
Hot sugar.
You're a fifth of the way through the marathon. 1 hour down, 4 to go.
What's happened?
Seized. She stared at the caramel.
There is no choice. I have to make a second caramel. So I get the second caramel happening.
Come on, please. I'm not sure that's going to be okay. I think my sugar's bad again.
No.
It's crystallized on top.
On top?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to go for a third.
I don't know. Holy, why am I doing this?
Nearly there, Breeze.
It shouldn't be this complicated.
Place in the silver.
I'm making my custard, and I know I should be working on my caramel by now, but I'm behind. I'm under this massive pressure, and I just want to go, 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 go. Oh, my Lord. This is intense. Oh, it's coming together. It's all right. It's coming together.
It's your best custard yet, Theo.
Now that my custard is the custard of dreams, I need to move on to the caramel.
Yes, I'm working on my Snickers caramel. I'm feeling good. Remove from the heat and carefully pour in warmed cream. Whisking to combined. And this is going to be a major element for the Snickers caramel lamington. And I just need to keep working it until it gets a bit smoother. So my caramel's done and I'm happy with it. I hope Nan's proud of my caramel. I thank God for Nan.
So I'm working on my caramel. Well, I've got my sugar on the boil. I think I'm going okay, yeah. I'm just a bit slower than what I probably would like to be, but that's pretty normal for me, so I'm going to just pump up the pace a bit, yeah. So I take my caramel to that colour that I remember what Eddie's was, and then I remove it from the heat.
Good work, Theo. Good work.
Good job,
Good work. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And then I add my cream.
Good job.
And I'm whisking that in. That caramel is perfect.
That is stunning, Theo.
I'm just working on my caramel for the third time. This is not what I wanted to be doing. I'm trying to not let it rattle me, because if I get rattled, then that's where I'm going to fall behind. Yeah, I can see it. It's good.
I think I finally got it to work. This caramel is looking good.
I'm minimizing the sugar up the sides.
So now the sugar's a nice amber colour. I need to mix it in with the warm cream to make this gooey, sticky caramel. And I pick up the sugary caramel and I pour it into the cream, whisking vigorously.
Oh, dear.
And it like seizes, instantly seizes. And I have this like sugary clump on my whisk.
No, come on.
It's all right, Larissa, sweetie. You can do it. You can do it.
No, come on.
Larissa, stop,
Yo.
stop. You're meant to go, it's got to be cream into caramel, not caramel into cream. That's why that's happening.
And you've got to take it off the heat when you do it so it doesn't boil over.
And we're starting again. The fourth time.
You're 90 minutes down, 3.5 hours to go. Come on.
Not touching it.
Do I want to toast my nuts a bit more, or...? My yuzu curd for my yuzu meringue lamington is done. And also my pumpkin filling for my pumpkin lamingtons. I'm moving on to my Snickers mousse. Eddie's mousse. It was soft and chocolatey, velvety, but not overpowering. Chocolate, 29 degrees. Pour the cream into the bowl, whisk until soft peaks, working quickly. Add 1/3 of cream to chocolate. 29 degrees. That's what we wanted at. I'm a big fan of mousse. I make it a fair bit at home, so the mousse is another element that I'm semi-comfortable with. Say that's about 1/3 of the cream. Stir to combine. Stirring, stirring, stirring. All right, Snickers mousse.
Yummy, Declan.
Snickers mousse, done. Yeah, so mousse is done, and now I need to move on to my strawberry mousse. For my strawberry matcha lamington.
That looks beautiful, Theo.
Now I'm onto my strawberry mousse. I look up, and somehow I've caught up to Declan. I've picked up the pace now. I'm feeling a lot better about the cook.
There, you've caught up. You're doing really well.
Oh, shit.
Fourth caramel looks spectacular. I refer back to my recipe just to make sure that I am covering off all bases.
Pour in warmed cream, whisking to combine.
And the cream is ready to pour in.
All right.
Yep.
Off.
Yep.
Whisk.
Yep.
Come on, babe. You got it. That's it.
I'm whisking vigorously the cream into the caramel. Oh, and it's beautiful.
I know, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
I must say, there's very few times that I remember such anxiety about pouring something into something.
All right, so
And I got it.
I finally made my caramel.
It paid off, okay?
Because I'm so far behind because of the caramel, I'm having to do multiple things at once and jump steps ahead just in order to keep on top of the recipe. I'm on this strawberry mousse. I have the yuzu on. I'm starting on my Snickers mousse. I still need to make my pumpkin cream filling. I just keep pushing on. I've got so many things on the go. I'm gonna have to keep hustling and hustle hard because I don't want to go home again.
Okay, let's go back to what we're here.
Time to check on my sponge. You happy?
Oh, he's very happy. I like it.
Nice and spongy and probably thickest part. In, comes out clean.
Nice.
So I'm going to take that out. It's got a nice sort of golden crust to it.
Oh, nice, Nick. That looks lovely. Well done.
I need to get my sponge cake out of the oven.
She's ready. She's definitely ready.
I'm just starting on cutting my giant sponge slab into lamingtons.
All right, what do I need? I've got a cake knife.
We have very specific measurements for the sponge. They have to fit in these little molds, so you have to cut them to the absolute perfect size.
Use a serrated knife, slice 5 rectangles from the sponge.
It's a good-looking sponge.
Very nice.
25 centimetres long and 6.5 centimetres wide. When I cut the big slabs, I'm really happy with how they're looking.
Yeah, it looks good, Larissa.
And I know the judges are going to be there with a ruler measuring them, so I have to get it right.
I think Larissa works in a bakery.
Now I have to jump backwards to finish my other elements.
I want these to all be formal and perfect size, so I've got the ruler. It's time to cut my sponge, and cutting the sponges to size is a crucial step so I can have enough portions for 20 lamingtons. This is the most crucial part, so I don't want to screw it up. 25's there by 6.5. So I just jump straight on that. And, you know, I just go 25 by 6 and cut that out. I do another one, cut that out. And then I'm like, hang on a second.
Is he doing that?
That's not going to be 25. I just don't think mathematically it's going to work out. Working from the left side of the sponge to the right.
Declan,
How are we?
how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. I've just realised I could have done something quite detrimental.
What have you done?
So I missed the part where it's, say, working from the left side of the sponge to the right side of the sponge. I've cut this way rather than cutting this way.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Just realised I could have done something quite detrimental. I've cut this way rather than cutting this way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
I guess you just got to try and jigsaw it together.
Yeah.
Get 5 moulds of lamingtons.
You gotta, like, push.
all right. Thank you, guys.
Go on, mate.
Cutting the sponges to size is a crucial step, and I've screwed this up.
Let's go, Decky. Head down now. Focus, mate. Come
I
on.
know I'm going to have 3 perfect logs.
3.
And then I'm just going to have to jigsaw out the following 2.
I'll be able to do this.
All right, Theo. Measure it, measure it, measure it, measure it, and then cut it.
I need to turn my attention to cutting the sponge, and I need to be precise in cutting these.
Measure twice, cut once, mate.
All right.
Got my 5 sponge rectangles, and they all look so good. I'm so happy with them. Now I'm getting it. I've got all my elements ready, and now I can work on actually filling my lamingtons. At this point, I'm feeling weirdly energized. Oh, mama. It's motor on. I got to get to the end.
All right, you're into the final stage. You've had an incredible 4 hours. You've only got 1 hour to go. Let's go!
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let's go, guys, let's go.
Come together now.
Oh, this is probably lots to do.
Snickers boost.
First layer is the Treslecki lamington. Time to drizzle my sponge with my milk soak. I add Dolce Duslucci in the centre, and then the custard. I cut the lamington log into 4 sort of portions. Now, and I've got to dip it in my white chocolate sauce, take it out, and then roll it in my shredded coconut.
Just finishing up my tres leche, and then I need to move on to the Snickers bun.
You're doing so good. Almost there.
I first put a layer of caramel, then I fill it with my chocolate mousse,
Good work, Theo.
and I dip them in the coating. You need a nice thin layer, and also a thin layer of nuts, because that's how Eddie's were.
Working on my Snickers lamington, Like, it's flavour combinations that I love, so double dip of chocolate and sprinkle it with those delicious toasted peanuts.
Like, what's meant to happen?
Because they're supposed to double dip them.
Okay.
So I'm up to the Snickers situation, the Snickers dipping, and I remember the Snickers Lamington to be covered in peanuts.
Not too much.
I can't remember how many peanuts.
Well, it was more small. You know, it wasn't powder. It didn't have that many nuts on it.
No, it looked like sprinkles.
It looked like sprinkles, yeah.
It's time to build those towers of trouble. You've only got 10 minutes to go. Come on.
I've done my pumpkin lamington and my strawberry matcha lamington. I've still got to torch my yuzu meringue lamington.
And he's got to torch it.
Yeah.
I've got the blow torcher and I'm torching my meringues.
Come on, Dick. Good one, mate. Come on.
Onto the home stretch now, Larissa.
I know. Thank you.
I'm really happy with meringue. It's looking lovely.
Beautiful work, Larissa.
So I'm torching the meringue. I really remember Eddie's meringues to be lightly brown and quite smooth and lovely. So I want to really try and replicate that.
Good job, Larissa.
I finished all the lamingtons, so I just need to get them on safely.
I've nearly finished assembling my tower and I've torched my meringues and
Transfer covered sponge using blowtorch lighting on all sides. All sides and on top. It doesn't say all 4 sides on top of the cube. 2 minutes to go! 2 minutes!
Good job, mate. Good job.
Yeah, Dickie.
Am I torching the bottom of the meringue? Do it. That's correct. That's correct. On the bottom? Or all sides is in all sides? I didn't do the bottom of the meringue.
Got a few more minutes. Come on.
4 sides and the top of the cube. Oh.
It's all right. It's all right. Take a breath.
I'm feeling super flustered right now.
Don't worry, you don't have time.
I don't want to go home again.
You got this. You got this.
So I'm second guessing myself.
Just get it on the plate. That's it. Come on, good work.
After 5 hours, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Feeling super spent and super emotional. But I really just wanted to finish and I wanted to do a good job. I wanted to, like, if this is my last cook at this kitchen, I want it to be like, I want to go out with, like, doing a great job. I've had a really roller coaster time since I've been here.
Get inspired by our fabulous home cooks. Stream full episodes of MasterChef Australia now on 10play.
Wow, what a behemoth of a pressure test. Unfortunately, one of them is about to go home. So, shall we get the first one in?
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right, mate.
There you go.
Nice to sit down.
Let's dive into that. How do you think you actually went?
I think I went really well, to be honest. And I tried my best with everything.
Well, we've got a few lamingtons to eat, so we might get stuck in. Thanks, mate.
Appreciate it.
Thank
you very
you,
much.
Theo.
Yes.
Colours look good. Size is pretty consistent, but see what's on the inside's like.
His sponge is pretty on point.
Yeah, the
sponge
sponge
is
is
great.
great. I wouldn't be able to fault the sponge myself. His layering's great. Dulce leche is delicious. Pretty good all around. I couldn't really fault much, to be honest.
From a flavour perspective, all of them are really good. The yuzu, his custard is delicious. Altogether, I think Theo's done a great job.
I totally agree.
I'm thrilled for Theo. I think that he has done a superlative job. In general, I think the flavours are really sound. And most of the textures are excellent.
Theo came in beaming, and now you can taste why. You know, and you can see why. Start with the sponge, which everyone's raved about. If he goes out and opens a little bakery, he's got to have some sort of sponge on the menu, because that's absolute textbook. It's light, it's airy, it looked a business when it was in the oven. All of the cross sections on mine are absolutely on point. Flavour-wise, man, I can't really knock much. Nice work, Theo.
What a wild ride today has been. Being a pressure test, like, it's got to look as much like Eddie's, if not taste just as much like Eddie's.
Good luck, mate.
So I think, yeah, I'm a bit worried about how they're looking because I stuffed the measurements out of my sponge, but I hope I've executed all these flavours.
Declan?
Hello?
Hello, how are we?
Well, more importantly, how are you?
Yeah, wow. A little bit rough around the edges. What a day. What a day it's been.
What did you learn about yourself during that 5-hour pressure test?
I learnt that when I put my mind to something, I really can do it. So many elements in this, it is very overwhelming, but I really just tried to keep my cool today.
All right.
Thank you guys very much.
Thanks,
well
mate.
done. Thank you. Enjoy.
He's cut them lengthways, but not the width.
These 4 of mine are more cube shaped. This one's a bit more rectangular.
The sponge, I would say it's very good. It's probably not as good as Theo's, but it's still up there. Flavour-wise, it's actually pretty good. All in all, I reckon he's done a really great job. If I was to nitpick, the coating on the Snickers is a little thick, which, you know, came down to double dipping. There's a couple of edges that are probably about, 3 mil thick.
Yeah.
Apart from that, like, the cross sections of all mine were really on point, and I was worried about him because he cut his sponge wrong. So he had to get a little bit of leftover piece and stuff in the end of it. So I was worried if we'd actually see that, but it doesn't look like anyone's really noticed, which is great. wow, like, he's really impressed me.
I really love the texture of the meringue. The amount of burnished torching gives everything just a lovely marshmallowy flavour to it. I think he's done an excellent job.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell he was very meticulous in his little, you know, the mousses, the curds, the creams. Like, that is the perfect Italian meringue.
I've got so much admiration for Declan, the way he handled himself throughout this challenge. I think he's done an incredible job, and in terms of flavour and structure, it's not that far away from yours, mate. You know?
Not at all. Very close.
I'm the same. You know that the coating on the Snickers one is a little bit thick.
There's a couple of faults, so you just never know what can happen here.
It was such a strenuous, hard cook, and I completed the cook against some pretty big obstacles.
Good luck.
Thank you. I've really only just come back into the competition with my second chance apron, which was the biggest advantage in MasterChef history.
Hi.
Larissa.
So I really hope that I haven't blown my second chance.
How was that for you? Emotional challenge, that, wasn't it?
It was so emotional. I got eliminated and I came back and then I went back into elimination, so it's a big, you know, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But it was a hard challenge. I think I had a really great start. And then I had to do my sugar 4 times before I got it to work. Like, for me to finish this cook, I had to be 3 steps ahead at some points.
Yeah. I just wanted to say well done for continually picking yourself back up and keep pushing.
Thank you.
Despite having those knocks. So we're going to test this now, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks so much,
Thanks,
guys.
Larissa. What do we think of Lou, guys? She's a bit rough and ready.
She had a little trouble with some of the coating, and you can see it obviously looks different to yours.
They're big lamingtons.
Big challenge, big pressure test, big problems. The Snickers one, like, there's so much peanut on that, it's mental. It's not really Snickers anymore, it's more of a peanut lamington, which is obviously not your intention. Structure, pretty big. They feel pretty clumsy. It's a shame.
Yeah, I have to agree with Jock with most of those points. You know, a little bit disappointed. There's not much yuzu curd in there. Peanuts on the outside, that doesn't really do it for me. It's, you know, a bit freestyle, but I don't know. I don't get that. I think as soon as she got flustered with the caramel, it just went downhill from there.
While I commend her fighting spirit, I think it's safe to say there are some discernible differences.
On a day where the other 2 boys have, you know, come in and absolutely knocked it out of the park, there's big problems on this.
Well, 5 hours down and 20 lamingtons later, you're all still standing.
Yeah, really, yeah.
It would have been so easy just to take one look at Eddie's tower and just let the pressure get to you. But all of you brought us a completed dish, which is a huge feat in itself. Eddie, were you impressed with what you've seen today?
Absolutely. Hats off to you guys for what you achieved and the amazing towers you actually brought out.
Was impressive.
What a bloody tough cook that was. We've got to give credit where credit's due. Theo. Mate, your sponge, it was fantastic. In terms of taste, all of the lamingtons, they were delicious. Even Eddie said he couldn't really fault. So, mate, well done. Declan, visually, the insides of your lamingtons, they were perfect. Flavour-wise, was fantastic.
Oh, well
Well
thank you.
Larissa,
Yes.
we admired your perseverance today. You really put your all into the cook. But your lamingtons, unfortunately, inconsistent across the board.
Okay.
So I'm so sorry, Larissa, but unfortunately you're going home.
That's okay. I'm totally okay with that. Honestly, I'm so proud of myself after today's cook. Yeah, my cup is full, no regrets. Like, I'm good. I'm so good. Thank you.
Sorry, it's time to say goodbye again.
Thank you so much,
No, thank you. Well done today.
I'm going really this time.
Keep
Thank you
smashing
so
it,
much.
okay?
It's so lovely.
It's so great today.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you. Can I give you a hug?
Great.
And I know my time has been a wild ride.
Well done.
Thank you. Thanks. And we've had like the highs and the lows. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Larissa, everybody!
But so grateful that I came here.
Tomorrow night on MasterChef Australia,
This is the ultimate playground for foodies.
it wouldn't be Big Week without a big service challenge.
Excuse me? I knew it was going to be big,
Oh my God.
but I didn't think it was going to be that big.
How will they handle cooking for thousands?
Like, this is ridiculous.
Oh my God.